Now, over the past 12 days, Israeli troops have encircled Gaza City, effectively cutting the coastal enclave into two as they look to hunt down and eliminate Hamas fighters. According to figures released on Wednesday, 31 Israeli soldiers have been killed during the Gaza ground offensive and more than 260 injured. Gaza officials say over 10,000 people have been killed by Israeli forces since the 7th of October, and 40% of them were children. Now, thousands of Palestinians are fleeing south from Gaza City on foot, in some cases carrying nothing but the clothes on their back. The Israeli army has told Palestinians in the north, where it is battling Hamas militants, to move south. Already more than 1.5 million people in Gaza have fled their homes in search of safety, and the exodus has grown as Israel's air and ground campaign intensifies. The UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs stated about 15,000 people fled on Tuesday, compared with 5,000 on Monday and 2,000 on Sunday. Defence Minister Yoav Gallant said Israeli troops were tightening the stranglehold around the city of Gaza. Listen in.
Gaza is the biggest terror base ever built by mankind. This whole city is one big terror base. Underground, kilometers of tunnels that connect to hospitals and schools connect to each other. They include communication rooms, ammunition storages, places to sleep, and all of it, in order to act as a basis of terror from which they can hurt the citizens of Israel and soldiers of the IDF.
US Secretary of State Antony Blinken has called on Israel not to reoccupy Gaza once its war with Hamas ends. Earlier this week, Netanyahu said Israel would take overall security responsibility for the territory following the war.
The United States believes key elements should include no forcible displacement of Palestinians from Gaza. Not now, not after the war. No use of Gaza as a platform for terrorism or other violent attacks. No reoccupation of Gaza after the conflict ends. No attempt to blockade or besiege Gaza. No reduction in the territory of Gaza.
Now, the Israeli government stated it was still very premature to discuss post-war scenarios, but that Gaza would be demilitarized and must never again become a terror nest. The Israeli army released video of what it said was the location and the destruction of tunnels in Gaza used by Hamas. Remember, Gaza's narrow web of streets is doubled underground by a dense tunnel network known to Israeli troops as the Gaza Metro. Some tunnels are as deep as 100 to 130 feet below ground, allowing militants to change position away from the danger of strikes. Rocket batteries hidden just a few meters beneath the surface can be uncovered with a trapdoor just for the time it takes to fire a salvo. Now, Israeli forces gave a small group of foreign reporters a rare view of their advance, driving them along sandy routes churned by tank tracks to the fringes of Gaza City. Blackened windows, shattered bedrooms, pockmarked walls. Israeli strikes in some cases have demolished entire city blocks as well. Hamas military's armed wing, the Al-Qassam brigades, showed what they said was close fighting with the Israeli forces on the streets of Gaza. Hamas has accused the United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees of colluding with Israel in the forced displacement of residents of Gaza.